Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brothers, Jaquari and Damon Armstrong.
Yeah, he not here. Don't say his name. He not here.
He's gonna be on
Yeah.
directly. You know
this
what I'm saying?
this my side, nigga. What's up?
Yeah. Talk about me.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta take the blame today because it was a miscalculation as far as time is concerned. That's why I don't have a shirt on. Excuse my glistening muscles, folks.
Oh man,
You know what I mean? But yeah, we're here. Jaquar, how was your week, bro?
the week was cool, man. Work was the same. Did me a little overtime. That's why I've been missing our Thursday pre meetings and everything, man. I've been doing a little bit of overtime on my job and everything, man. That's a strange animal to me, man. We ain't had no overtime since pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So
Look, you gotta jump on it when you need to, and when you got to, and all of that.
just a little bit of money, man. I don't need it all. How about yourself, brother? How your day was?
A little hectic, but me personally, I always got energy for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got energy for everything. So
Yeah.
I'll be bitching along the way, but still got the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't got no sympathy for your retired ass. You're gonna go from a goddamn hectic job and all that shit. It's gonna take you a couple of years to unwind from that hectic lifestyle, man. So,
No doubt.
you're gonna wake up in the morning just ready to go. Fluky, what's going on, brother?
What's going
Float,
on, folks?
float. What up, brother? What up with you?
Nothing, man.
No, I was telling Jaquari I had a hectic day. It was my fault that we started a little late. And he asked me how my day was. I said it's fairly middling.
Mm.
Come see, come side.
You looking kind of buff there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Got the dog going the tea and shit.
I know, man. And this is not professional. You know what I'm saying? And I ran up.
Hey, if I look like that, I'll be showing out too, bro.
I'm saying like shit.
I ran up the stairs and left my shirt. So everything, you know. But how was your day today, my guy? Me and
Hey,
Jaquari
man.
already took care of ours.
Hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
You feed her from chasing the baby all day.
No, man. She brought me plenty of joy today.
Shit,
Oh,
chasing to
she was
bring you joy. Shit.
well. She wasn't. Hey, she a miracle baby. She wasn't supposed to be
Yeah.
that.
Oh, is
Huh?
that okay? Okay.
Wow.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Hey,
But
as a matter of fact, she definitely one thing about it, and it's not a bad thing, is she was born during COVID. So, that's a fighter right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I wasn't implying, brother, that it was a problem for you to be running around after shit. It's fun for me to chase my
Now
grandkids
you know
around.
he
I'm just
got bad feet.
I wouldn't breaking balls or nothing, brother. I mean,
Oh man, it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
it must be a hell of a feeling, man, living the same area, and you see it every day. You see that girl every day, man. Damn, that's
That's
wild.
beautiful, man. That is
Yeah,
beautiful.
every
Well,
day.
it's that way, man, because I demanded for it to be that way. I don't take no shorts for it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
No,
Yes,
real talk.
sir. I got you.
Hey Keith,
Um,
that's that. Hey man, you can't talk about my grandbaby. That's that tone right there. I don't even care if it's something good, nigga. You can't say nothing.
nothing. I got to give you permission.
Yeah.
No, man. I just try to enjoy whatever, good thing come to me, bro.
PER mission. Malcolm.
What
So
you got
what's
on
the
the table today, fella?
yeah, what we talking about tonight, man?
Well, I see a couple ways we can take this thing. You know what I mean? Because my thing is, my thing is, um, the fact that we've been doing it for so long, right? And we covered just about everything, but we haven't covered enough.
Mm.
So, when I talked to you guys, I was basically saying, if you grab on to something before today's episode, you know, and when it's your turn to speak, let's address it. You know what I mean? Um, I think that's what these shows, when it's the three of us, that's how we should do it. Mess with the current events, mess with, if we want to get personal, if we want humor mixed in with all of it, then that's what we'll do. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have an idea.
What's that, bro?
Cornel West is running for president, right?
You
Okay.
said something about that on the last show. I meant to research it and everything and look into it, but I ain't got a chance to.
My point is this, man. What if every black person in this country get behind him, man? Will that give
Cause,
him cachet?
Cause the son of a bitch is smart. I mean, for real, man. Okay, he might not align with everything that I that's in my political ideology or whatever, man. But I like to hear the motherfucker talk, just like Umar Johnson. I mean,
Hmm.
and I'm not shitting on nobody. That's not this that kind of platform or whatever. But I mean, that's why black people love church, man. Eloquent speakers, man. That cadence, man. That rhythm. You know what I mean? That's why Barack Obama got elected.
Even though if you hear his speeches word for word, they bland as fuck. Um, Speak some more about
Yeah,
Cornel West, man.
Obama was a fucking con man, but
They all are. They all are.
Cornel West is consistent, man.
Yeah.
He
So
went.
what
Hey,
made him what made him want to run?
he called out Obama,
He did.
and he took a big hit for it, and he never changed his message.
And you know why he took a big hit for it? It's because we had not seen anyone seemingly black get that far. And we wanted to see somebody that looked like us in the White House.
Yeah.
Was it
No,
the
Yeah,
I don't
smart?
think
If it was what is the smartest thing to do? I'm not sure, but
he held him to a standard, man.
it's
Everybody
real.
was like, why is he not on the bandwagon like everybody else with melanated skin or whatever? I get it. We had our reasons, and him and Tavis Smiley and doggone Danny Glover, they had their reasons for holding that man to the fire. They
I
had
get
they.
it.
It seems like they had legitimate expectations of it.
I get it. But them being around the political process as long as they've been, especially Cornell, he knows that the president is nothing but a figurehead. Period. The people who run it are the people who got him in the office. This is my opinion now. People who got him in office and his brain trust around him. I think. But talk about Cornell. What made him run?
if you're asking me, what made him run, man, is that he's consistent with his message. He believe in his message. Man. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, he called everybody brothers, no matter what ethnic group you come from, whatever. You call everybody brothers because he know the downtrodden. He understands it, and then he understands the political aspects of it also. You know what I'm saying? And what he and in my estimation, man, is what his message to each individual person is okay. What it, you have to see what it is that's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? There's no political trades or favors being made. It's like this person is suffering, this person is suffering, and whatever. We need to figure out in terms of how we make ourselves known as a political strength. What we gonna do with that? Because that's how our government works, man. Our government does not work, man, based on fairness and the Constitution. Because everybody, you know, people in power figure out how to subvert the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's playing fair. And he's reminding us that if we're going to stick to the Constitution, the amendments that came afterwards and all that stuff, man, we have to be true to ourselves. And how do we represent ourselves in that aspect, man? How do we represent ourselves? Because we had a brother in the power for 2 terms, 8 years. You know what I'm saying? And when he had 94% of the first time he had 94%, the second time he had 98% of black people voting for him. All right, put him in office, and what did they get in return? They didn't get anything because they didn't have that corporate backing. It was just everyday people, like what Cornell speak about, everyday people who just, you know, gave out a vote. You know what I'm saying? When did we decide our vote means something? They say, oh, black people are not monolithic. But that, you know what? That is the division. That's how they divide us. Oh, you get with this group and you get with this. Hey, man, I don't believe in what they believe in. We're not monolithic. We different. Hell, everybody's different. Hell, even in a family household, everybody's different, man. So that word monolithic, every time I hear it, man, it's like it's like a built-in curse. Don't mean anything, man. Every group politically is monolithic. It's not monolithic. Every group, but for some way, some reason, they all come together, even with their differences, and the differences they deal with in-house. They deal with it in-house. We want to prove that we're different from each other, and that is the most silliest argument that a group of people who's trying to make political strides and whatever. This is the most ridiculous statement that a person can make. I don't agree with him because he's conservative and I'm Democrat. You think the Judas community, you know what I'm saying, or whatever community you can think of, come to that conclusion? Only we do, and that's divisive, man.
So, do you plan to support his bid for the presidency?
I do. I do plan on supporting him. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. One of my college professors was talking to me. He was like, we had a debate in the class. He said, Jesse Jackson is not going to win the presidency. I don't care what you say. It was Milligan, my professor Milligan. He said, I don't care what you say. You vote in your heart. You're not voting the political landscape. You know what I'm saying? He does not win. He does not need to win for y'all to have political power. He just have to have a structure where nobody can deny him. And for a fleeting moment, Jesse Jackson had that. People had to come to his door and ask him, hey, man, you know, I need this. Can you support me in that?
Remember when he came to Issy High School and they had the song "Run, Jesse, Run."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, and because we are so busy, and I'm addressing those, you know what I'm saying, those I have some Republican ideologies, man. But those people who run as run the Republican platform, they want to be so different from that person who's on the bottom of the scale. I'm not them, and I'm not monolithic. I agree with this ideology, and I believe in that ideology. So I'm separate from them. So I try to get somebody who's never gonna ever put you in a position where you can be on the same level. Your kids can be on the same level as their kids. It's never going to happen, and that is innate in human beings. That's just what it is. That is something that we all have to come to an understanding with, man. My wife is not going to let Susie's mother be on the same level with them because Susie's mother, her what's innate in her is to make sure her kids get the lion's share. The only way that's going to be equal is we have a platform that we coming from that we have political power to move from.
But like your professor said, though, do you really believe that we need to occupy the space of the presidency to do that? I mean, that's
No,
like
we have to do. No, we don't. That's my whole point. We don't have to occupy the presidency. We just have to have the presidency. The presidency have to come to us to make things move. Biden promised. He promised the youth to get rid of the student loans. He promised the blacks to put a black woman on the Supreme Court, and he accomplished some of those goals. And we as black people say, well, at least he put a black woman on the Supreme Court. But as soon as they put her on the Supreme Court, a white woman asked her, "What's the definition of a woman?" There's not there's not a human being on this planet should be questioning a black woman on how to be a black woman or how to be a woman. Period.
But what does that have to do with the state of Black America?
What it has to do, go ahead, Keith.
First of all, I just got two things. First thing is, it was 14% an accurate number. Because if 14% is an accurate number and 98%, 94, 94%, was that really the deciding votes? Or was it white people made this deciding vote? It galvanized us.
Liberal white women betrayed black women. They betrayed them.
You just said there's no motivation for the people in power to position anyone else's children to have more power than their children, right? So
Right.
why would you see the actions that liberal white women took as a betrayal to anybody? They did
Oh.
they
They
did
did exactly what you thought they would do.
yeah,
Ro-
they tried to work in their best interest.
They came together and they put that straw man in position. Hey, I'm with you in terms of Roe versus Wade or whatever. I'm with you on that. But when it came down to voting, actually making it happen, they abandoned them.
I think that should have been the expectation, man. I mean, when have we ever had anybody be loyal to us?
That's my whole.
I think
That's
that's
my
where
whole. That's my whole point, bro. With the understanding of being loyal, you have to come from the basis of home first. You know what I'm saying? So when you enter into negotiations, man, you have to come with the understanding that I have something to barter, I have something to trade with.
So what is it? What is it that if we gave him Cornel West the votes, right? What does he have to trade? What can he go on our behalf? Because Obama got the most out of anybody. and he was powerless to do anything for us,
He was a
or he didn't fucking do anything.
because it's as brilliant and as smart as we think he was, he didn't have the backbone.
He didn't have the experience, is what the problem was.
Hear what
Or
I'm
They just
saying,
threw,
bro?
they just
or
threw him
or
up there,
or he may have conducted himself as a president is truly supposed to conduct himself.
How
not
was that?
I mean,
not favoritism. You
no
know,
favoritism.
white
Yeah, I
presidents
mean,
do it all the time,
yeah, I mean, but
but he did it the way I'm gonna give him that. You know what I'm saying? Where, oh yeah, I hold him the hard task. Mostly, we'll get into that later. But
yeah.
my point, the question I'm asking is, if we do that for Cornell, how is it going to, how is that giving him power? Is what I'm asking.
Because for decades Cornell has spoke about his people. He
He
doesn't
has,
deviate. He doesn't deviate from that.
he has. You're right.
Okay, when you talk about when you think about when Obama was running, he talked about hope. He talked about hope.
And you
He
know why he threw that word
did,
hope in there, right?
but my point is, yeah, because he wanted to make sure he get people on board who would never.
The white people on board.
Okay, so we let's be definitive about that. But my point is, Cornell would never do that because Cornell's statement has always been, "My people are catching hell." He's never deviated from that. That's his
Yeah,
platform.
you're right.
That's his platform. Do y'all realize, man? I told y'all before. I gave you the numbers. Obama, 94, second term, 98, right? All these people came in and they voted for him. And he never had a platform. What was his platform, man?
Now,
Hope.
in all fairness, though, I think that he did do some things for black women. I think he did. But for black men, and I'm not talking about create jobs and this, that, and other. I wanted the man to let me hear him speak about black men in a nationwide speech.
And
Never did it.
he never did that.
But he did that for every other issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm glad to have seen him in office. So I'm not bashing him, but I'm telling the truth about the fact that this man was in office and the power structure committed treason when a bill was passed and then they shut down the government. That was treason. Nobody speaks on that. That was the law. The law was in effect, and they shut down the government. To protest that actual law being passed, the National Health Care Act.
Yeah, that was the first term, right?
You know
Yeah.
what though? But see,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead and finish, bro.
No, but my point. No, this is my point. It's the power structure. I still don't. I'm trying to.
Yeah, but
understand what Cornell is going to do for us
Yeah.
if he
But
gets
see,
that kind of
If I can
thing.
say, Damon, if I can say this real quick, man, I know you got a thought. I'm sorry to cut you off.
go
I
ahead.
understand. I understand. You support his platform and everything, and his bid for the seat. But like I told you, I dropped the ball on the research. So I mean, once in a perfect world scenario, if he was to gain the presidency, what are some things that he talked about addressing? I mean, and how would he address those things? Can you speak on that?
He's totally against Wall Street, man. Now think about this. Barack Obama came into office. He spoke about hope and saying everybody, or all tides lifts all boats or whatever. He gave you that image or whatever. He gave people hope. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what this country is based on. Capitalism, man, we got to understand what capitalism is, man. It is not a situation where all boats, float or whatever. It's not based on that. Capitalism is about getting money at all costs. We got, for God's sakes, we got food products that's fair to the masses. That's no good for us, but that's capitalism. You know what I'm saying? It's all about greasing palms, man.
So
That's
what is it?
that's
What is
more
it
of a
gonna do
personal.
with Wall Street? What? Sorry,
That's
you
more.
go.
Wall
That's
Street, how much money can Wall Street make, man? If
Wall
I'm
Street. All
if I'm
Wall Street
an,
is an illusion
if I'm an
that
executive on
generates a
Wall
lot
Street,
of fucking money.
right? If I'm an executive on Wall Street, right, and I have a chance to make $300 million, man, to shut down a company that's doing good for somebody or doing good for the masses, but because in my contract I can I get that windfall, I get that money. I don't give a shit because in my mind, the way I think, that money is in the bank. It's not going anywhere. So my legacy is set. And it has nothing to do with the people. Do y'all realize, man, when Barack Obama first got elected, man, you know what his cabinet consisted of? Bill Clinton and George Bush. He said change, hope and change was his platform, but he brought in administrations that had to do with Bush and Bill Clinton, who put forth that bill that put all them brothers in jail. He didn't change anything. You know what I'm saying? So in my estimation, when I think about this brother, he was a con man.
They all are.
And he rode on the auspice of the fact that he was a black man who got all these people to vote for him. And it was a con. I haven't been a Democrat, man, for at least 18 to 20 years. I'm not going to tell you how I voted. Most of the time I voted downstream. But I never voted for the con man because I knew what the hell they was doing. When that brother brought these people in, his administration, that came from administrations that hurt black people, I was done with them. Because I paid attention to the political stuff. I didn't get caught up with because he black. I'm down with him. Because when he walked, he got a cool walk, or he could play basketball. I didn't get caught up in that.
Anybody that fell for that
Can I-
dumb shit was just looking for a dream.
Yeah, but this is what he said.
Can I
So
say?
I'm saying, what is Cornel West going to do with Wall Street?
His consistency, man.
What he's going oversee Wall Street? What do you mean?
No, what he's going to do is he's going to challenge Wall Street. That's his resume. He challenged Wall Street. Why do you think that he went against Obama and got ostracized? Because Obama was a corporate.
This is the thing, man. Okay, yeah, he's got all these aspirations to challenge Wall Street, and it should happen. Definitely should happen or whatever. But the root of our community's problems, the solution to our community's problems, do not lie in politics. They don't. They don't lie in politics. The solutions to our
if
problems.
anything, is local politics. But go ahead.
Yeah, the solutions to our problems are all solved on a personal level. So in my mind, what I know about Cornel West is, if he was to gain the presidency, if he could focus on, not only the small black communities, but small communities, throughout the country, period, and strengthen those communities financially, man, and create some sort of, independence for them, so they could take care of their own. If he could position us like that would create generational wealth.
How would he position us with that, though? Because just hear me out with this.
I don't know.
You kind of touched on it. It's a personal level, the trust of one another. If you really and truly see what's going on, it is a battle between who likes who want to be cooler than who. It is also that push and pull all the time. That's the one thing that would go a long way in solving our economic stances, because what you do is listen, other communities don't like each other, right? But they do business with each other. We don't, and now, and this is a blanket statement. So, there might be some places that really like Atlanta and different places, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, where we do, and even here in Philly, really, we do business with each other, sustaining each other. Not, neighborhoods, and I'm simplifying it for you. Neighborhoods keeping the bar open for decades. Neighborhoods keeping a store open for decades because everybody goes to that store. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm asking about Cornel West, not to be pushing back on you, but my thing is, we seen this brother all the time throughout the years, and I'm right along with you. This eloquent man, and he loves his people. But what would he do different? And that's not saying that he wouldn't do different. I'm just curious about what he would do different.
I'm gonna tell you what he would do different, brother. He wouldn't give a damn about a second term, man, because he want to push his agenda out there, no matter who it infuriates or offend. He would put that out there. You understand what I'm saying? If you look at the last 3 cycles, man, that he backed up, Bernie Sanders, Ralph Nader, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ralph Nader, who was he? He was that that consumer guy who saved lives by putting seatbelts in the motherfucking cars. Excuse my language. You understand what I'm saying? That's people-driven agendas, man. Corporate-driven agendas is what dominates everything. He is not corporate. How many times was Cornel arrested, man, marching for things, man, that mattered, no matter what color you are? Because he is truly for and by the people. He understands that what the Constitution meant was for the people, because they left tyranny. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is bought. When y'all get a chance, man, look at the United States hand in terms of all these little separate wars going on that we funding and shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at our inflated military budget. What does any of that? You can't suspend the military. That's billions and billions of dollars. You can't suspend it for 1 year. You can't suspend it for 1 year, man, to make sure that you take care of the little small things that matter in communities in this country. They don't do that, man, because they're getting money, they're getting kickbacks, and they're making sure, because they're in place to do so, they're making sure that their legacy is in place. Cornel West is not about that. He's about, we're the richest country in this world. Be it money-wise or credit-wise, we're the richest country in the world. Right? And every dollar that we have go towards some asshole. Look at when we went to Iraq. We had no business doing that, but that was a windfall. Halliburton or whatever, to put money in people's pockets that we would never see on the grassroots level.
That's. I mean, it was supposed to trickle. It was supposed to trickle down, and.
Okay, so who came up with the trickle down theory? Was it
the people with the money?
Yeah, but who sold it to the public? It was Reagan. What has trickled down?
Let me ask you a question.
Not much. I mean,
do you not see the whole thing? So you touched on Iraq. Iraq was the second highest producing oil country in the world. And what what my man wanted to do was corner the market when he invaded Kuwait. You see what I'm saying?
Was
So
that the case, bro?
yes,
Or was that ethnic shit?
no, he wanted the oil, he wanted the power, but it backfired on him because America went into the fight. But guess what they did? Instead of the first Bush, he stopped and pushed them back because my man was an ally for them against Iran, right? And then the oil reserves was key. So when the other Bush came in, they said, you know what? After Afghanistan, this is my take on it. You know what? Let's go in here and control this oil. Let's take Iraq. It's what it is, right? So let's do this, man. Keith Barnes had a question, and I put it up on the screen. He says, do you think our agendas are taken seriously by the candidates that we support? Once they're elected, they come to the realization that they can make it happen. Can Cornel West deal with it? Answer that real quick, Damon, and then we're going to move on to the next one.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
But okay, here's my answer to that question. Cornel West has no expectation for them to fall in line with him or agree with him or support his agenda. He just want to put people in place where they can have political power to move people, because that's what it is, man. What was the last president, man, who had people coming to them and putting in money in support of their campaign that they didn't take care of? That's what moves shit. You know what I'm saying? Both political parties, man, think that black people are so stupid that they believe in that American dream and that American hope. And in reality, it's really not about that. In reality, it's about who, you know what I'm saying? You could hold Barack Obama's feet to the fire if you funded him in a certain way. And he has to answer to you. He has to answer to you. Now think about this, man. 98 to 94% of black people voted for this brother or whatever. But when you look at the LBG, whatever community, they attributed funds, money, whatever. He had to answer to them. He had no other choice. That's how it works, bro. It ain't about just voting.
I understand how it works. I'm saying to you that my original question, and what everybody else Keith asked too, was what will he do different? That's all.
Well, you want to know what he would do different if every African American, or let me put it differently, if the majority of African American people got behind this man, and the third party, even though we know, because we are 14% of the population, we know he's not going to win a nomination. Guess what they cannot do? When all of us support this man, they cannot ignore him.
Okay.
They cannot ignore him, because that. Do you know how, man? If we as African Americans, man, take all of our money out of this system, out of the American economy, it would crash, and but that would be worse than the damn depression back in the 20s.
How would that benefit us?
That would benefit us because that gives us political power, political expediency.
I think what he's asking is, where would we go if we took our money out of there?
Yeah, you said that.
It can empower if we have our own people in place for it.
You said that he has a notion that us being 14% of the population and everything, if we were to stand with him, no matter what, him knowing going into this that he's probably not going to gain that seat. Okay, and us supporting him, as a third party candidate or whatever, that means that we have no control over the two main parties. Not that we
We
had control over them, in the
we
first
don't
place.
anyway.
I mean, but that's like that's like turning on the car and hitting 60 and taking your hands off the wheel a little bit, ain't it?
Well,
I'm not interested in somebody coming in and shaking things up, man. I want somebody that's going to help to point us in a direction of that's going to be productive. Now, I mean,
I would
I have no
love
doubt that he's got ideas.
I would love to be galvanized as a community.
Yeah,
And that's what it
absolutely.
is.
I would love to see that. Don't
But
talk to
being
me about if I become president. And look, I'm not disagreeing with you, brother. So don't. But
Not at all.
the
Not at all.
questions I'm asking and Jaquari's asking are the ones that people bring up. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not fair, man, that it's not necessarily fair, man, that we shooting these questions to you as a supporter or whatever,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah. I mean, it's not.
it's still early,
Yeah,
no,
So I'm
no,
not trying.
I'm good.
I'm not trying to dogpile or nothing like
no,
that.
no,
'Cause,
not
like
at
I said,
all, man. Believe
I don't
me.
know nothing about them.
No, because it was interesting that you said that last week, and then you doubled back. So I definitely want to know. You know what I
You
mean?
said
Because I have been looking at it.
you said I
And
double back. Where did I double back?
you mentioned it today
About Cornell West, period.
about Cornell West.
Okay. Oh, you mean that? I think you meant that I contradicted myself.
No, double back.
Imagine this, man, and this is the best way I can describe it, man. Imagine if we all come together. I'm talking about the African American community, and we all come together, and we say we want to invest in this African country that's mineral rich, that has everything that the rest of the world wants. This particular country has all that stuff, and we go there and we build a coalition with them. You know what I'm saying? We build a coalition with them, and we say, okay, we're gonna negotiate on this level, whereas we dealing with this home-based African country with the rest of the world. I guarantee you, the rest of the world is going to respect us as they don't anyway. At this point in time, they're going to respect us. You know what I'm saying? And what we have to do in turn, man, is to make sure that we put apparatuses in place, man, where we are in a position to negotiate. Right now, we are not in a position to negotiate with anybody because people see us as bastard children, man.
Hey, good point. But do we see ourselves as bastard children, brother?
Well, you know what? That's something that we deal with in house, man. That's nobody else's damn business.
No,
People-
I'm saying when do we deal with it?
We deal with it, man, when we start trusting a leader who's all about us.
So we need a leader to start trusting each
I
other.
think Cornel West is one of those leaders.
I get it. I get it.
If he don't become president, but he gains all these delegations and all that stuff. What is the college whatever, and he gained all this strength. Yeah, and he gained all these he gained all that stuff, and then they have no other choice but to deal with this man as it pertains to what our needs are. They're going to have to do that.
And you know what I'm gonna say? I knew he could win. I knew it. Yeah,
No. But there's two things. There's two ways of winning. We learned from Barack Obama being the president is not winning for us.
Good point.
What's winning for us is people who cannot ignore us because we have the political power to negotiate with African countries who has things that this country and other countries need. So as we have that coalition with those African countries, they have to negotiate with us too. And then negotiate with us because let's just face it, man, the way capitalism is structured and the way this country is built, they are not going to talk to you if you don't have nothing to barter with. They're not. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna figure out ways to diminish you because they're gonna say, man, you feed off the tip of this and that, and you not contributing anything. That's how it works. That's capitalism for you. What do you have to barter, man? What can I gain by dealing with you?
That's integration, which kind of like brings my point full circle. I mean, change on a national level for us is that mountain is too high and treacherous right now, man. You got to start at the nucleus, man. You got to start,
Okay.
you got to start at the nucleus of the organism. You know, that in my opinion being grassroots in the community. Now, if he can provide subsidies for small businesses, which Donald Trump did a little bit, didn't he make spaces for us to maintain mom and pop organizations in the hood or whatever. I'm not cheerleading for him or anything like that, but is that somewhere along the lines of what Cornel West is talking about, or is he just talking about us riding in one boat and crashing into everything that we deem to be establishment heavy? I mean, I have no desire to see my home crash and burn. I have no desire to see what they call it, the National Guard, sitting on Michigan Ave policing black people.
Well, our parents did. They saw that. They experienced it. They went through it. They stood their ground.
And they
If
did.
they didn't, we wouldn't be the strongest men that we are.
Yeah, but they did that so we wouldn't have to.
They
It's got to
did that,
change,
man.
man. Revolution means change.
Okay, so what's your definition of revolution in terms of African American people, man? What's your term?
My definition of revolution in terms of African American people, man, is first we were slaves, then we had our own, then we didn't have nothing, then we had civil rights. Okay, we all marched, we all got the dogs sicked on us, we all got the hoses put on us. Then we started to establish and strengthen grassroots organizations like the Panthers. Okay, we've had no progression of our community activism. There's been no progression of it at
Yes,
all.
it has. It's been progression.
As not, because we're still marching.
You want to
We're
know what
still
it,
we're still marching. We have not figured out a way to galvanize our dollars, man.
you know
That's my point.
what you know. Do you understand, man, that they spend billions of dollars every damn year, man, how to keep black people down, man, psychologically and shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you
Well,
don't, if you don't know that, then
but
you
but
probably
Okay,
should.
so no, no, no. Let me make my argument. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about civil rights, when you think about affirmative action, who benefited more from affirmative action?
I'm talking about evolution of the cause, man. We have not evolved.
Evolution of the cause is, I mean, what more evolution do you need, man, other than our people, our ancestors who came out of slavery, man? That's evolution within itself. They
okay,
built
so
Evolution.
communities.
but hold on. Let me throw this in there because you're right about the evolution fluke, and Jaquari, the fact that you say that. Is it fair to say that once the civil rights bill was signed, what it indirectly did was turn us into an individualistic community, meaning
What
we're going to do what's best for us
what it
instead
did?
of prior to the bill being passed and all that, we knew there was a present danger for us as a community. And then we was convinced civil rights, not human rights, but civil rights was the key for us. Now, it did change something. It did, give people hope and all that. So I'm not scuffing that off. But my point is, in my opinion, to both your points, the thing that we're missing is we are an individualistic community. Yeah, when it's now
This,
when danger is present, we come together. But as soon as that danger's gone, we're apart. So that's in us.
The
Right.
civil rights movement, the civil rights bill being signed, man. What it did was it brought comfort to the people who marched for it, which was what that was what it was supposed to do. When the civil rights bill
I'm not
was
disagreeing.
signed, when it was signed, uh, 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 the people who came afterwards dropped the ball because they didn't have a contingency plan.
They didn't
They
understand it.
own it. No, no, oh, well, no,
You
no,
don't. No,
because
you don't.
we've always had people who thought outside the box. We've always had people who thought for the future.
Yeah, a small
And
minority of people,
when it's,
just like anything else, though, right?
well, how many does it take?
It takes a community, bro. A community was the one that drove Johnson into doing something for his legacy because we were galvanized and we settled for civil rights,
It
not
was a,
human rights.
it was the spark, man. It was the spark. Civil
I
rights
get
was the
that.
spark.
But I'm saying,
And we neglected the fan, man. We didn't fan the flame. We didn't do it.
because this is my thing.
Collectively, we all stood around. We all stood around.
We
the
didn't
spark.
understand it.
We all stood around the spark, and we tried to warm our hands on it. And in doing so, we snuffed it. So we're in the same position that we were in like 60 years ago.
But you
We had
understand why, and I think that's why I said it is an individualistic thing, because what you're doing is taking care of your household. You're not taking care of the whole. Before all the, I'm just, civil rights is a point to work from, but you got the folks that benefited from it got a chance to breathe. They had breathing room. You see what I'm saying? Because me, in my opinion, white folks didn't understand civil rights because it was like a fucking 52 fake out. Why would I give them their civil rights? Motherfucker, would you rather give them their human rights in which they deserve? It should have been called a human rights bill because we are all on an even plane as a people. You understand? As a nation, right?
Yeah, but the lion don't fear anything until he starts to get hunted, man.
I get it.
Here's the thing, bro.
Okay.
Just to not piggyback, but just to, when you said we fell for the civil rights, right? We fell for the civil rights because we believed in humanity, man. We believed in humanity because we were, for hundreds of years, we were treated less than human. Less than human. So when these bills got passed, we was like, hey, we just trying to be considered as human beings or whatever, and we okay with that. But see, like I told y'all, man, that psychological warfare that they played against us, that, hey, man, you know what, civil rights, man, y'all got bills passed and y'all got these rights. But here's the thing that you don't realize. Nobody else does that but us. We believe in humanity as equals, but nobody else does. And that is our problem. We do not play the game. We do not play the game in terms of, look, man, okay, I respect the fact that you see me as another human being, but what is where's my fail safe at to make sure that you never come at me again? That's what we don't.
Which was my point about the civil rights movement.
Galvanization is the
right.
That's the thing that prevents that or reduces it to a minimum. Is if you have a community, you know what I mean? Like I had one of my coworkers. This is years ago. One of my coworkers was talking to me, and I guess because of my energy, he felt I was teaching him something by just having a conversation with him. So he said to me, Keith, I'm not a racist human being. He said, do you believe that? I said, I believe whatever you tell me. He said, my family was dirt poor and we ain't own no slaves, right? And we, you know, and we were trying to get out the mud like everybody else and all of this, right? And I looked at him. I said, you very well might be right. But guess what? And then I saw this other day. He said the same thing to me, and I saw this other day on social media. This white boy said, "Do you know how much a slave cost back then?" Right? And it hit me. It made me remember what I said to this guy. I said, "My guy, listen. I get it, but I guarantee one very important thing. Your family may not own slaves, but your family was slave catchers. Your family was overseers.
They was in
You
some
worked
form of the
for
business.
you worked for the master of the plantation." And he was dumbfounded. Not because it's checkmate. No, he had to think about it. Because guess what people do? They rest on lies or half truths so they can feel better about themselves.
I'll even give them that, man. You know, it was poor white people and everything. I'll give them that. But
No, it was because our
they
people was
had
feeding them. Shit.
yeah, they had free range though. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I mean, they could come and go as they please. They didn't have anybody catching them and returning them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Was
they're,
Brit-
no fault, shit. It is what it is, man. You know, I hate the institution of slavery, man. You know, just as much as the next black man. And I'm not saying that we should all just move on, man. What I'm saying is, in our current position, you know, we all know the history. We understand the history, man. What's the next step?
Yeah.
How much would it take for us to be put back in bondage, man?
Okay, let me ask y'all a question, man. Let me ask both of y'all a question, man. When you look at us as a people, right, and not all of us, but the people that's in place to have a voice, they say, well, we're not monolithic, right? And that entity that's against us say, okay, well, let me hear more about that, right? And you go into the details of that. We're not monolithic. You know what the first thing that does, man? You know what that entity that's going against us, the first thing that does, that lets them know that they ain't together. Because they want to be different. They don't want to be associated with their ancestors who went through the bullshit.
Is it because of conditioning?
It's exactly because of the conditioning. I mean, you watch TV, you watch everything that's around you. Everything is about making sure. Here's the irony of the whole thing, man. There is this entity that's put in place that makes sure that we know that we are not as equal as them. They show us that shit every damn day. But they respect our survival mode. That's why they steal our culture. That's why they steal all that shit. That's why they do it. I don't respect them because they stepchildren. They don't have a country that they can go back to and who supports them. But they survived this long, so I'm going to pay attention to the survival mode so they let those few of us get through to make sure that they can pump to us the American dream. I'm actually all three of us are successful people. Middle class, upper middle class, however you define us. I'm asking y'all both a question. Who gave y'all a break, man? Who gave you a break? Nobody. And when you was dealing with your children, did you give them a message that, hey, you know what? If you just put your head down to the grindstone and whatever, you're gonna be successful. No, we had to learn how to navigate that shit because that entity that's against us is going to make sure that we do not, you know what I'm saying? Tell me with each one of your kids, man, that in the 5-year span, if it was all fair and equal, they would not be millionaires. Tell me one of y'all kids that wouldn't be.
bro.
No. Answer the question.
I understand what you're saying, man. But look, I keep the one thing that's missing is mutual cooperation with each other is where the strength comes from.
Right. We have to convince ourselves.
Let me just finish it. I don't care. First of all, the reason why they have control because we go into the mechanisms that they provide, the eating, leisure, everything. We go there. That's why they have control.
Well, you want to know my answer to your question?
And we might have the same answer, bro.
If Cornell get through all 50 states, and he's able to get on there and debate with these clown ass people, we should support him. That's the answer. As a black, as an entity, we need to support him.
That's going to convince us to work with each other.
Yeah, it's a beginning.
How? No. Okay, it's a beginning. Good point, right? But I'm saying to you, bro, it made no difference to me. This is my opinion, and I've been wrong. So I'm throwing it out there. Every single time we are speaking the truth about the political process and these people and what they're doing and all this, right? But the thing about it is we do not work together. I'm not talking about that 2 or 3% of people out there robbing and stealing and all of that shit. I'm talking about the people who get up every day. The 97% of people who get up every day, they don't cooperate with each other.
And here's the thing, man. Just to answer your question. Here's the thing, man, that blows my mind because when you speak against the propaganda, man, that's put out every day, man. Of course, they're gonna make us feel like that's not the case, man. That we don't stick together. But I just told you, out of the 14% of the people in this country that voted for Barack Obama, 98 to 94%. You know what I'm saying? Is that a true statement, brother?
So, okay, you made that point and you think I did not ignore that. I even spoke on that. I'm saying to you, simple fact that the 14%, 97% of the 14% we have an opportunity to work with one another, but what we do is we're individualized people. Is that a bad thing? No. I'm saying to you is if you want movement like that, you need the masses. You need the 14% to move along, at least 10% to move along with you, because the other fucking 4% is going to follow because they're followers, because that's human nature.
Most people are.
That's all. It's human nature.
But
can you? I mean, and again, this might not be a fair, a fair question or whatever, man. But can you give me some points about his critics? I mean, what is his stance on like particular policies? What is he being criticized about?
Who?
Cornel West.
What he's being criticized about? You know what his main critic, his main critics are that he spoke against Barack Obama.
In the black community, you mean?
In the black community. I'm not speaking about nobody else's community. I'm speaking about our community. His main critics was his own people because he held Barack Obama to a standard that he didn't even deliver. If you listen, if you remember,
I agree with you.
Through both, think about this for a minute, man. Through Barack Obama.
But that wasn't my question. I didn't ask anything about Barack Obama. I asked, what do his critics attack him on?
I just told you.
I'm talking about.
That's the only thing.
I'm talking about policy. I mean, that's the only thing that they criticize. It's just his
Do you know what his policy is?
I don't. I don't.
I don't.
I told you I didn't.
I
He's
know you.
against
You touched on.
he's against Wall Street. Period. I just heard today that Donald Trump spent $7 trillion on Wall Street. Man.
Well, I mean, Barack.
On
I'm
Wall Street
sorry to bring that up, Ja'Cory, but
with,
Barack.
with the trickle down theory.
Go ahead.
With the trickle down theory. And all it is, man, my whole point is, if you as an individual person, and you sit down and you say, okay, why would I vote for this man? Will you care about his critics? Or will you listen to what he's saying? Will you look at his track record?
When it comes to politics, man, I tend to look at both sides.
Okay, when it comes to politics, so what in terms of his politics, man, what do you disagree with?
I don't know anything about his stance, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
So you learning from me what this man is about, then,
Yeah,
as
pretty
it pertains
much.
to your,
at this
pertaining to
point,
your
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Okay,
I've admitted that since we started talking about it. Yes, sir.
Okay, he went against Barack Obama, right? He campaigned for the man over 65 times across
All
the
right,
country.
go ahead and finish. Then we're gonna move on to something else, man. So go ahead, bro. Finish.
He campaigned for this man over 65 times. But did this man start getting lovey-dovey with it? Do you know the difference between Barack Obama and the president we have now is very little difference. They're the same politician.
It was his crony, yeah. I mean,
And
that doesn't surprise me.
and Cornell recognized that. Every time they had to make a decision to go to war, Biden approved every last one of them. Matter of fact, pushed it. When it came to war, Barack Obama killed more people with the drones and stuff than any other president. They had the same agenda, and that's what Cornell was arguing about. When Wall Street, our mother lost her house because of predatory lending and stuff, right? And this is what made me pay attention to this clown ass dude. What did he do? He bailed out Wall Street, dude, and did not put one person in jail. Did not hand out what is Holder? Did not hand out any indictments on Wall Street when it came to predatory lending at all.
Now, when you consider the I don't know handful of families in America, man, that actually run the financial institutions and everything, man, that's their money.
What's
That's
their
their
money?
the money that they deal with, Wall Street money. That's their money.
Wall Street money, man, was man. Do you know, man, that
Let me
the middle
let me
class families
let me
became
finish.
poor
Let me
because they
finish.
lost their homes?
Let me finish. That's their money, man. So why should they be motivated to listen to a president about what to do with it? The 1%, of everybody, who controls money in this country, their decisions, I don't believe have anything to do with me, man. Because what I make in a year, they spend on a vacation. So I don't care about Wall Street. They've always been bloodsuckers, man. And as soon as somebody comes to try to address Wall Street, they come up missing, man. So that's the fear that I have. And as I said before, what good is shaking up systems in this country, systems that barely support us in the first place, and then you shake the bottle and then put it down and dare somebody to open it. We've always had our fingers on the trigger, collectively of some cause in this country as black people, man. We have, you know, We need to stop threatening. We need to start pulling these triggers. And I don't think politics, of any form, have anything to do with those solutions, man. I don't. I mean, we're not political people. We're not. I appreciate the idea, and I'm going to research it, man. And more than likely, hell yeah, I'm gonna vote for Cornel West. I mean, hey, look, him, the Minister Farrakhan, man. I can listen. I can listen to those men talk for hours.
Yeah.
But I understand, man, that I'm not going to align with everything that they say. I don't. I mean, I separate the man from the message.
So you disillusioned, then, is what you're saying?
Nah. What have I said that would lead you to believe that?
Because you say you don't believe in the political structure.
I don't.
Listen, first of all,
that's the system that we're working from, bro. We just have to figure out how to play the game, man.
Local government is the one political system that affects you directly. That's your mayor. You know what I'm saying?
I voted down ticket. Plenty of time.
No, but my point, the point I'm trying to make to you is, our heads are always pointed to the ceiling about who we gonna vote for the president, and then especially in the state of fucking North Carolina, we be getting people voted in that only deals with business, and they gut the state. Education, they got it. Because everybody's so worried about who's in office in the presidency, when you should worry about here first, and then worry about the office.
So what's wrong with y'all grassroots level, political level, man? What's wrong with it?
It has nothing to do with it, man, because you gotta think about it. You live in the state of Michigan, and you know how much of disarray the political landscape in Michigan is.
Yeah, so Stacey Abrams, man, did not affect the political apparatus, man, down there in Atlanta.
And then in the next joint, what happened to her?
She got drawn out
because they rearranged on the personal political. They rearranged the districts, and she got fucking voted out. And they allowed it to happen. The people there allowed it to happen because they didn't understand what was being done.
Okay, so what?
That's local shit.
So what's the answer, man?
Control your local shit.
Okay, then we need to
galvanize, vote the right people in on that level.
Then we need to dispel the notion of black people are not monolithic.
I got you, man.
We need to dispel that because that's the thing that's killing us the most, man.
I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, man, I'm a Republican, so I'm not finna vote for no Democrat.
First of all, that's because people want to have something to fucking say, man.
But that's where your battle is, man.
People,
you got to convince them.
This is a blanket statement, but black people are Republicans when they worry about their money. Black people who are Democrats worry about their well-being.
Okay, let me ask you a personal question, bro. You don't have to, be real personal, but what I'm saying is that out of the last 5 presidents, man, how did it affect your house, man?
This is the point I'm trying to make.
How did it affect your house? Is the question I'm asking you.
Look, first of all,
is it because you educated and you knew how to navigate the bullshit? Where you was getting refunds?
Navigation has nothing to do with it when you got a structure that's going to vote somebody in anyway. Look, the last two, especially look the first Bush joint. No. With Donald Trump and the Clinton lady, right? They ignored the electoral. So
did Gore, and Gore with his coward ass. He did the same shit.
But I'm saying to you, they ignored the popular vote because they said the Electoral College. But guess what? How do you think the Electoral College even comes into power it's the people in the popular vote to do it. But they voted their own way.
Right, but guess why that worked,
And they're
man?
supposed to represent the people.
Guess why that worked? Because Gore ass conceded when he had the most goddamn votes.
I know. I know.
And why did he
Look,
concede? He conceded because he was not being hurt by it. The only pain that he experienced was losing the presidency. But economically and all that shit, he did not. So it was easy for him to make that decision. The decision, hey, man, I'm gonna concede, man. I'm not even gonna challenge the shit with the Chads and all that.
I get
Come
it.
on, bruh. He
Look,
sold. Not only did he sell out the people that voted for his ass, who gave him the most votes, he didn't even choose to fucking fight. Ask yourself the reason why he didn't. Because at that level, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect him.
This is why I say that you deal with your local governments. And
What we
vote
have to
the right
do,
people in.
what we have to do is
And really, I
understand.
don't, and I really and truly, I don't have a lot of confidence in the political process. Period, man. Period.
Why is that?
Now, why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got 58 years worth of proof. Why, man? And I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it.
Yeah, but
But-
what give you peace of mind,
on,
though?
man. My peace of mind is waking up every day and making a way, bro.
So did you vote for a person, man, that you really didn't through all the presidency,
Killing me, man. You're killing
through
me.
all the presidencies? Did you vote, man, because you was voting for the lesser evil, or did you vote your conscience?
Sometimes, bro, you gotta vote for the lesser evil.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
If you got to, okay, we good.
Because at the
So,
end of the
I know,
day,
because
at
that's
the end
your
of the
opinion,
day,
that's fine.
you have to. It is my opinion, but at the
Okay,
end of the day,
okay, we good then. You don't even have to explain yourself because we good. You know what I mean?
well. In this instance, I want to explain myself because
All right,
when
bro, I've been trying to move on.
Okay, go ahead and move on, man.
I've been trying to move on from this.
Okay, go ahead, man.
We took the whole time talking.
You ain't got no argument for me. Go ahead and move on, man.
Look, what we do, we're gonna end this, and then you can finish your point or once you get to it. But I purposely didn't do the beginning part like we usually do because we ain't had no guests. So we got straight into the discussion. So I'm gonna do me, Jaquar, you next, and then you bring us on home. Luke. Big Dog's perspective today is it was going to be some, symbolic, emotional type of thing, man, but I can't bring myself to do that. You know why? Because emotions belong to me personally. It belongs to you personally. It belongs to everyone. When your emotion, that's your personal shit. Now, sometimes you display your emotion, that's cool. But really and truly, for me, in my opinion, it's a breakdown. You keep your emotion because you're going to run into somebody that you want to spill your emotion to, and they ain't going to give a shit about you. They ain't going to give a shit about it because you know why? Because we are individualistic. I'm not talking about a community. I'm talking about as human beings. We only care about unless we are prompted to, or unless we've had some kind of dealing to bring us to look at other people in a certain way. We are individualistic people where we only care about our feelings. So me personally, I have grown over the years to mark off some time to consider other people. That's what I do. And I've done it so much now, it has become a reflex action. After I express how I feel, then I listen to the other person on how they feel about it. But I'm going to tell you the hardest thing in the world to do is to not stay selfish. Because when you get caught up in a merry-go-round or a broken record or just a time loop where you continue to go through the same thing over and over again, that is a problem. That is a problem, especially if you are the type of person that bend over backwards for people. Me, I'm not the kind of, I got a good heart, most people say, right? But I'm human. So a lot of times if I say the right thing to somebody, it's because I went over it in my head and the right thing won out for the day. I want to end this by saying I wish people would just take the extra couple minutes to see that it's never always about them. That sometimes it's some mutual shit. But if you have somebody there for you, and I'm giving you this advice, if you have somebody there that's for you all the time, don't take them for granted. Do not take them for granted because you might lose them. Or you might take away that part of that spirit that can blossom into even more things for you and for them. That's Big Dog's perspective. Ja'Cory, you're on mute.
All right, Uncle Spoke say, it's something that happened to me this morning. I want to speak on it for a minute, man. Like I said, this is Uncle Spoke say, the title of my segment. All right, this morning I went through the drive-through at the goddamn fast food. Goddamn it! And the little girl asked me what kind of sauce I like, and I say, "Goddamn it, what kind of sauce you got? Cause I want all of it. Cause I deserve it. That's right. Because no matter what anybody think, I know what I've been through. And given half a chance and a good prayer, maybe you live long. Maybe you live long enough to go through some shit too. So yeah, I want the shit that don't nobody. I even want the shit that don't nobody order. Matter of fact, go on and fill that bag up tight with shit. Cause I'm a good dude and I need it. You know, she. Let me see where'd I go. All right. And the little girl stood there and she looked at me for a bit. And she said, sauces is $1.50 a piece plus tax. So I said, God damn it, did you hear what I said? And she ain't answered me. She just pointed at the sign and reinforced what she just told me. And she didn't give a fuck about what I said. And didn't act like it, right? Now I tell that story, man, uh, point out the fact, man, that we all go through things, man. Uh, we all got things on our mind, and we all want to, just say shit. It ain't necessarily got to be anything negative, man. Sometimes we want to stand on top of the mountain and just have the world listen to us preach. And I get it. I get it. I was out of line. I had held a certain expectation of customer service that she just wasn't willing to bend to. Just because somebody work with the public don't mean that they professional ass kisses. It's a level of respect that you got to have for everybody when you're dealing with people. You've got to come to the door with respect, especially in customer service, especially in fast food restaurants when you don't see these people prepare food. Now I'm not putting that on them like like she would do anything to my food or anything like that. But I kind of created that opportunity. Yeah, yeah. Like when I'm driving with my wife and we go to a restaurant or whatever. Y'all, my brothers, y'all know my wife. She got a way about it. And if I get something, I just when I get home I just throw it away, man. I don't because y'all, you done just bit this little girl head off or whatever. cause you can't use a coupon that's expired and shit. How's that a problem? That ain't a goddamn problem. You know, she been on the feet all day. You know, she want, you know, she knows she got to go home and cook after she done worked around all this goddamn stinking ass food all day. The kids gonna be crying. Old man ain't gonna be happy. And then she got to deal with you coming through this goddamn drive through wanting to preach. So it's all right to check on, you know, your fellow human being just randomly, man. You know, you never know what you could prevent. You never know how your interactions with, you know, certain people could frame how they picture us all. You know, that's Uncle Spoke. That's what Uncle Spoke say, man. It ain't much, man.
It made a lot of sense, man.
Yes, sir. Bring us on home, Damon.
My point is this, man. Me, as infallible that I am, man, I can always speak to my own arguments and shit, man. But what made me recognize, man, that I can be in tune with the next person, man, or somebody that I love and admire or respect, is that there are times where I can be selfish, man. I don't really see the big picture because I'm in my own shit, because I'm not infallible and shit. So as I open myself up and I say, damn, I didn't see it that way. And that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? In that point, man, I have to make a decision, man. And that decision is it about me and how I feel how shit should be, or do I make a compromise somewhere and try at that point? It's not a solution, but it is a point where you can have conversation and then come to a resolution. And what I mean by that is, man, you can argue with a person all damn day when you disagree with them. All day long, you can make an argument based on how you felt you was done wrong in that situation. But the thing that we don't realize, man, is that when we go through those situations, man, our trials and tribulations, those are things that we learn from. That if we give it or allow it a chance, will make us better people. You know what I'm saying? And that requires us to look outside of our own selfishness, man. That's what it is. Now, if we headstrong or whatever, we can argue all damn day about it and not come to a consensus about any damn thing. And we talk about we're not monolithic and we make arguments, nuances and arguments and shit about certain things. And that shit do not solve the problem. It does not bring us together. We just understand how we different. Here, everybody different, man. When it comes to political expediency, we as black people have the tendency to say, fuck that. I don't care. Excuse my language. The hell with that. I don't care. I feel this way and I don't have nobody supports me in this, and I feel this way and I feel that way. Hell, everybody feels that way. But at the end of the day, I think we as black people forgot, man, that when it comes to those type of nuanced arguments, man, that shit is in-house, bro. And we come to a consensus in-house where we respect each other. And we don't air our shits out by talking about our differences, man. We come to a consensus of how we move forward as a people, as a whole. When we got Candace Owens and all these different clown-ass people talking dumb shit. They even go back to slavery, dog. How you gonna justify that shit? And the people that's going against you saying, oh, they ain't smart enough to recognize that they were oppressed. Who the hell gonna take you serious, man? Who the hell gonna take you serious, man? When you say slavery wasn't as bad as it was. People in this country, man, been in slavery for over 400 damn years. And then after that, now think about this for a minute. After slavery, all these people through when it was making people have babies, making slaves have babies, whatever. When the slavery was over, those women who was raped and disrespected, all that stuff, those babies that didn't have mothers, they took them on. They took them on. And here we are arguing about fucking monolithic shit. And here's the damn conundrum for me. When you think about monolith, that's a rock that's strong, that stands the test of time. And we so damn confused, we think that that's an argument we can make so we don't have to identify with our aunts or uncles or whoever who got abused in slavery. It's the craziest shit in the world to me, man. I won't get it. So when somebody come to me and they tell me about their life and their struggles and all that stuff, I identify with it because I understand life as it pertains to struggle. I don't make comparisons. A struggle is a struggle. And in struggles, you just need one person, man, that listens to you and supports you. You just need one person. So, if Cornel West was to become, if he's able to get on that stage, I know for a fact, because of his track record, he's going to speak to my pain, my anguish, you know, as it pertains to our ancestors as a whole. And I'm simply supporting him on that level. Kiss my ass with the rest of it. And if he's able to galvanize us as a people, then I know we got something to negotiate with, bro. All the rest of this shit is bullshit. And it don't mean anything. It don't mean nothing. What means anything is what you can negotiate with somebody. Because nobody's giving away anything free. We are not equal. We are not fair. We are not first-class citizens. And every step of the way, vis-a-vis the Supreme Court knocking down affirmative action and Wade versus whatever with the abortion thing, will give a shit. They're not about us. Never have been. Everybody else is benefiting from our struggles but us. Everybody. But us. But we have to figure out how to vote for the lesser evil. Fuck out of here, man. We need to be about us, man. Period. And I guarantee you, just like they do with our culture and everything, they're gonna follow too. Because the one thing they don't recognize is the bastard people, but the one thing they do recognize is the people that survived a struggle. Make them make a choice to stand on and not feed us the bullshit. And that's what I got to say. If it makes any sense to you.
Great job, brother. Great job. Pardon shot. Niggas for Trump. Y'all know I don't like saying that word, but niggas for Trump.
Bro.
What is the fuck going on, bro?
Oh my God, I cannot stand them people, man.
That's the thing.
They getting paid for that. Yeah, in Atlanta, because you know when he got indicted, and they was outside the courthouse. I mean, the jail. This dude had niggas for Trump. See, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the crazy thing, and I'm just gonna say this. Then I want y'all both to comment, and then we're gonna get up out of here. The crazy thing is this: the pandemic then got it so fucking bad that motherfucker need a hump. Cause this motherfucker sitting up there with the sign, and he like, yeah, I'm a black man for Trump, but that does say niggas for Trump. Like, you playing yourself. But I bet you got paid some money. We go to you, Fluke. What you think, real quick?
Hey, it reminds me of a soldier story when Saw said, "We can't afford you no more."
We can't afford you no
Yeah.
more, you nigga.
Decent.
And yeah, look, y'all know I don't use that word. I
He
saw that,
said-
man.
Saw said, "We can't afford you no more, man."
Yeah.
I mean, we have to come. We literally have to come to that conclusion, man. And just like Faircon said, man, to get to the enemy, we got to shoot down our own. That's the
Yeah, yeah.
reality, man.
Y'all know I was CJ in a soldier play, right?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I saw it.
Hey, I don't give a fuck, man. Yeah, I mean, you know,
It's a low down,
low
dirty shame.
Yes, sir.
All that brother did was
Singing the
look,
blues.
all he did was look at the optimistic side. Jaquari, what do you think?
I think, man, you know, I don't wish no harm to come to Buddy, because like you say, it's probably just a hustle to him. But you know, all money ain't never been good money.
No, sir.
You know, how's he truly supposed to address his children when, you know, the first time they come home because a little white kid and call him a nigga? Or one of their friends who
Right.
they don't
Preach,
allow them
Preach.
to call them
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, he gonna have a tough road, bro.
There's
Preach,
just the
bro.
whole everybody out there. It's in Atlanta, so you know it's a hustle. But guess what? They threw it up. You know, Fox News, CNN, everybody threw them black folks up there.
Mhm.
Now you know they had a nice little payday for a couple hours they was out there. I'm being optimistic when I say this shit. Because I know good and well, I'm listening, because you know I listen to people my 30 years in law enforcement, and none of them really was sincere. They like, yo, I'm going to be on TV, and these motherfuckers paying me.
Yep. So that's
Luke,
why you had
bring us
dude out.
on after spoke.
That's why you had a dude out there in the Jericho bag talking about. I heard 3 shots. Cracker pie out. All that shit. Yeah, that's, you know.
But hey,
Yeah.
You gotta look at. But we do know people like that. I'm not ashamed that they're gonna get on there like that, man. Fuck that.
No, I'm not ashamed of it, but you know
I'm
when
ashamed
the
of
camera,
them
Because it's
motherfuckers.
comedy, man. It's
you know
comedy.
when the camera went off, you know, he was like, "Y'all ain't gonna give me a sandwich or nothing." What the fuck? I'd have made myself hot in the hood and shit. Y'all ain't gonna pay nothing.
Preach, bro. Preach.
All right, Luke. Last words, man. And we out of here.
The only person, man, that I'm responsible for is me and my family, man. I try to let them know that, you know, me and my son was talking one time, and man, we was watching Trump, man, and I was laughing. He's like, Dad, he's a master manipulator and all, you know, and all that stuff. And I was looking at my son, I was like, man, you don't hear this clown, man. Yeah, but that clown affects people.
Because
Those
they
pe-
want to be affected.
Those people that he affect, man, is the people, man, who believe what they believe, and that's not going to change, bruh. It's not going to change at all. What matters, man, is that I stand firm with my family, what I believe. They have to make the decision whether or not they want to be brave enough to follow that. They have to make that decision, and I won't deny that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get a dude credit because he's a clown to me. I don't know him personally, but when I hear him speak and talk, I'm like, damn, this dude is classic. Who don't recognize this dumb shit? This
Whole
dude,
bunch.
man, this dude is he got in 4 states, man. He got over 90 goddamn felony indictments against him. And as I was watching the Republican debate they had on Fox News the other night, they asked the question, man, will you support him even if he was indicted? And all but 2 raised their hand. And I'm like, I have to hold on to my convictions because I see stupidity, man. It is embarrassing. But that embarrassment is a threat. I give it that. But I still hold on to my convictions. I'm gonna speak my mind if anybody asks me, what do you think? I say, man, this dude is a clown, man. He's funny. He had a mugshot. This is the last point I'm gonna make. He had a mugshot, man. Down in Georgia, he had a mugshot. And he put this shit on the t-shirt and selling that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Selling it.
What he's doing is riding the wave, man. And all he has to do is say he's gonna run for president. He's riding the wave.
You
man.
see,
He
that
collecting
same
the money.
debate.
That's what he's doing.
That same debate, bro. You see, he didn't even bother to go.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy?
He has sheep following him.
And here's and Jacory, to piggyback on what you said during that debate, the Indian dude, Vivek, or whatever the hell his name is, he was the most racist motherfucker on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got a class system.
Oh my God.
in India, man.
This dude, I know,
and it's horrible. And it's horrible.
I get that.
He's not from India though.
But this clown ass dude.
Oh, he was born here.
Yeah. This clown ass dude
the same thing.
was on that platform and being a man of ethnicity, he was the most racist guy on there.
Because he figured out the formula, man. The motherfucker down in Florida figured out the formula.
So you telling me that we are so jacked up as a country that we can't see through that dumb shit?
I'm sorry. Not we. White folks, and no disrespect to you white folks out there, but a lot of white folks are terrified, so they're willing to believe anything.
I mean, anytime you have an organization like the freaking Proud Boys, man, that is headed by a Latino, shit is bad.
I mean, like I said, it's everything is ran. The political process is ran by fear, man. But look, this is a Strong Perspective podcast. We swung toward the political stance, and it was freaking fun, right? But I'm not a political dude because I'm not into that trick bag. That's a 70s term. That trick bag. But what I do is just,
I can't see it from my doorstep, huh?
Yeah, look, first of all,
I see it.
I step off my doorstep every day and I respond to it.
I just step over.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all I can do. I can't do no more than that. And if I got a motherfucker who gonna listen and I'm saying the right thing to him, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Last words, my guy.
Motherfucker tell you, yeah, man, I see it too, man. But we still have to vote for the lesser evil and shit. Where is your integrity, motherfucker?
Ain't that about, first of all, integrity because you have nothing else to vote for and you don't want to vote for the demon. Instead, you're going to vote for the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
No,
the ghost.
No. You do like you said. You vote down ticket, brother.
I get it.
You vote down ticket and you survive like we've always done.
All right, let me put this out there for you folks. Go to Strong Perspective Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Because I'm telling you now, this is a fucking movement. It might be a slow movement, but the motherfucker about to blow. And don't catch yourself lacking. Because we're about conversation with real people. Not saying the people out there ain't real, but our goal is to talk to the people, to give people a voice that nobody asked to give a voice. That's what we do. That's our niche. You know what I'm saying? Damon, did you want to make an announcement before we get up out of here?
Yeah. Coming soon, man. It's a podcast called 32 Crucible with me and my son and my son-in-law. You know, we're gonna be critiquing a lot of things, man, giving our opinion about things, stuff like that. And it's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? We getting it together, and I'm quite sure once you tune into it, you're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna piggyback on you a lot of stuff that we talk about, and you know what I'm saying. Just support this podcast and get to know and tune in and what we bring to.
All right,
Whatever,
Jaquar.
whatever you need, brother. Whatever you need, man. Hey, man,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your time, man. I want do me a favor, fellas. I want y'all to tell me if this is funny. Okay. Hey, man, what's that smell? What it smell like? It smell like a bunch of goddamn happy puppies running around here fucking. You, you need to go. You need to go get that can of Lucky House out of my bathroom and spray till it get foggy in this motherfucker. Is that funny?
Yeah, I got a little chuckle out of it.
Yeah, it sounds like a
little chuckle.
dilemma.
A little chuckle.
It sounded like a dilemma to me.
That shit was golden.
No. What was the puppy part again?
I said it sound like it smelled like a bunch of little puppies. It smelled like a bunch of happy puppies around here fucking.
Now that's pretty funny. Now that's pretty damn funny.
Mm-hmm. And if you ain't never, look, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna really get it if you ain't never been around a bunch of happy puppies.
There it is.
But I want, you know what, man. I want to be. I think I want to be a comedian now, man. So
Stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I be trying to write jokes and shit.
Okay.
But I might have to write for somebody, man, because motherfuckers don't really believe me.
Look. I tell you what we'll do is we'll, just like I said, we'll give y'all a platform to come on. Like, we definitely supporting you, Flute, because I know you're about the political stuff. I think that shit's gonna be fucking fire. But this is always strong perspective is always gonna be here. Y'all spots is secure. So don't even worry about that. But go forth, young man. Go forth.
That's
You know what I'm saying? And if you want to do a Saturday or something, man, about a half hour worth of your materials, folks, have at it, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, 10 minutes. Let's start with 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, let's start with I just write some shit and read it every once in a while. Let's do
Look.
Hey,
First of all,
you gonna be like Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you, motherfucker.
hey,
I ain't scared.
Did you hear him? He farted a little bit. He's like,
No.
Holy shit.
No, I didn't. I mean, shit. You got to check the temperature on your audience and shit. So I got to do some research, man.
No doubt. We're just having fun with it. All right, look, this is Strong Perspective Podcast, man. You here every Friday at 7:30. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for everything, all the support, everything. Go, like I said, go like, share, and subscribe to us.